A silver spoon rests in a tiny ring of brown syrup. I watch the phone collapse inside my porcelain cup. The city passes by beyond the foggy window pane. I count the footsteps rushing from the early train. My thumb keeps hovering above your name inside my phone. It feels so quiet sitting here surrounded yet alone. The barista cleans the steam warm with the wet black cloth. I trace the wooden grain until my mind drifts off. All these heavy thoughts are burning in my chest, searching for some peace where my soul can finally rest. I leave my jacket on while the heater hums low, holding on to moments that I should've let go. Bitterness and sugar mixing deep inside my mind, looking for a piece of me I left somewhere behind. Just another quiet hour before the world gets loud. Trying to hear my own heart in the distant crowd. Yeah, a paper napkin folded into 4 neat squares. I listen to the low tone of the neighbor's cares. He talks about a job he hates, she talks about her rent. I wonder where the magic of our younger days went. My coffee's getting colder while the clock ticks past 8. I sit here making peace with what became our fate. Maybe clarity is found in the corner seat, watching shadows stretch across the concrete street. I don't need an answer for every broken line. Just give me the stillness for a little bit of time. The spoon drops softly on the napkin tray. I stand up slowly to meet another day. Cold coffee left behind, a little peace of mind. A delivery truck, their brake hisses through the glass, and you finally slide into the corner seat. Dark circles under your eyes, holding that heavy breath. You look like you fought the night and lost. I bought your usual 2 pumps of vanilla, set it right beside your tangled headphone wire. You don't gotta explain every single mistake. We can just watch the light hit the brick wall across the block. Take a minute, reset the clock. Yeah. Your latte's getting cold, but your mind is running hot, trying to fix every broken thing you forgot. Look at me, man, you made it through the worst part. Just breathe in the espresso, restart your heavy heart. I got the tap today, you just hold your peace. Let the morning quiet give your head some release. The barista flips the record to a slow soul track. You spin your phone on the wood looking back, telling me she packed her bags at 3 in the dark. No warning shot, just a cold final goodbye. I'm not alone, passing you a paper napkin. Sometimes the hardest hurt is the one you never saw happen. You don't gotta explain every single mistake. We can just watch the light hit the brick wall across the block. Take a minute, reset the clock. Your latte's getting cold, but your mind is running hot, trying to fix every broken thing you forgot. Look at me, man, you made it through the worst part. Just breathe in the espresso, restart your heavy heart. I got the tap today, you just hold your peace. Let the morning quiet give your head some release. Out on the pavement, people rush to catch their trains, chasing tomorrow, drowning in their petty pains. But in this small wooden booth, time is on our side. You ain't gotta run from the wreck, you ain't gotta hide. Take a slow sip, let the steam clear your eyes. We are staying right here till you realize you are gonna be alright. Brother, just take your time. Ground up nutmeg and toasted hazelnut drift through the heavy glass door. He walks in at 7:45, boots tapping on the tiled floor. He slides to the velvet corner seat, damp wool coat. She is behind the brass espresso bar, catching a lump inside her throat. They've not exchanged a single phrase outside of black or white today. Yeah, both of them read the secret script and neither has the nerve to say. He checks his phone just to act real busy. She wipes the counter till her hands get dizzy. The steam one rolls with a steady hiss, an unspoken rhythm they both would miss. 2 sugars dropped in an oat milk brew, a quiet ritual between these two. No phone numbers written on a paper sleeve, just 20 minutes before he has to leave. Underneath the low lights of the corner place, he leaves a tip and she memorizes his fate. He watches rain line up the glass, tracing drops that slide on down. She knows he works 3 blocks away in the middle of the corporate town. He likes the corner seat because the street lamp hits his silver ring. She likes this early shift because his presence changes everything. The grinder hums like a lo-fi synth, beating softly in 60 beats per minute. 2 lonely souls in a crowded world, finding peace when they are in it. He checks his watch like he is running late. She slides the saucer to the wooden plate. The steam on rolls with a steady hiss, an unspoken rhythm they both would miss. 2 sugars drop in an oat milk brew, a quiet ritual between these two. No phone numbers written on a paper sleeve, just 20 minutes before he has to leave. Underneath the low lights of the corner place, he leaves a tip and she memorizes his face. One Friday modern shift, the seat stays bare. She wipes the table while looking at the air. He is stuck in traffic 4 miles away, wishing he was sipping on his favorite tray. It is crazy how a stranger makes a city warm, a tiny shelter inside the urban storm. The doorbell rings at 8:15. He steps inside the familiar scene. She smiles real soft, slides the cup his way. Another quiet start to another city day. Her ghost arrives before the espresso pulls. The indie shop is sitting still and full of padded chairs and quiet neon glow. The grinder hasn't even started slow, just white noise humming off the cooling grid until the last words look beneath my lid. Ceramic mug catches a sliver of light, reflecting wet asphalt from last night. The barista wipes down stainless steel while I try to remember how to feel. The steam one opens with a sudden hiss. It cuts the room like everything I miss. Milk swirled in metal, turning silk and foam. A quiet factory for people far from home. We sit in corners made of brick and glass, watching the city let the early hours pass. Brown sugar melts into the darkest roast, and every table holds a different ghost. The door chime rings, a solitary tone. We order coffee just to be alone. A raincoat drizzles on the hardwood floor. A fold of paper rests beside the door. The bass line hums low from the ceiling speaker. My grip around this paper cup grows weaker. Cinnamon dusted on a porcelain rim. The street lights outside grow faded and dim. He pours a heart that stretches into dust. A short-lived pattern built on temporary trust. I check my screen, no notifications there, just warm steam thickens of the heavy air. Steam one opens with a sudden hiss. It cuts the room like everything I miss. Milk swirled in metal, turning silk and foam. A quiet factory for people far from home. We sit in corners made of brick and glass, watching the city let the early hours pass. Brown sugar melts into the darkest roast, and every table holds a different ghost. The door chime rings, coffee just to be alone.
Frame by frame, the window fills with sound.
Tires splashing water on the ground.
A yellow cap, a briefcase on a chair.
The lingering smell of dark beans in the air.
I didn't mean to let the quiet break or cut the promises we didn't make.
But silence speaks too loud inside this booth, and bitter grounds always tell the truth.
The espresso drips in rhythm now.
Clear the table, take a bow.
Wipe the glass and turn the sign.
You take your corner, I take mine.
Paper cup,
Cold drip down.
silent town. Where does the Where does the rest of the night go when the street lamps finally give up? My jacket smells like yesterday's smoke and stale bus seats. The grinder starts a slow rumble, rattling the ceramic cups. I watch the barista wipe the counter in slow oval sweeps.
Did I leave the stove on? Did I say too much at 2 in the morning? The bell above the door chimes, bringing in a rush of damp cold air. My phone screen flickers twice with a low battery warning. Someone left a folded sports section on the plastic chair.
Thoughts drifting sideways like milk swirled in black ink.
Too tired to care, too wired to think.
Holding this paper cup like a life raft floating on tiles.
Trying to remember how to build a natural smile. I'm sitting in the corner watching steam turn into ghost shapes, catching my reflection in the dark glass before the city wakes. Trading heavy secrets with the room full of strangers who don't care. Just the beat, just the vibe, just breathing in the roasted air.
Sipping on the bitter edge
Till the numb feeling scrapes away.
Is it normal to feel like a guest in your own skin at 27? That woman in the trench coat is counting exact change from a red purse. My draft box is full of messages I'll never send to heaven or my exes. I don't know which outcome is better and which one is worse. Baseline thump slow inside my ears, 808 thudding like an old pulse. I watch a water droplet slide down the window pane, racing the second drop. Work starts in 40 minutes.
Life is just a sequence of halts and stops. I'm sitting in the corner watching steam turn into ghost shapes, catching my reflection in the dark glass before the city wakes. Trading heavy secrets with the room full of strangers who don't care. Just a beat, just a vibe, just breathing in the roasted air. Sipping on the bitter edge till the numb feeling scrapes away.
What if the coffee stays dark and the clock stays stuck? What if I just stay right here and ran out of luck?
The steam one hi-hat sizzles cutting sharp through my head, replacing every unspoken sentence I should have said.
Black drip,
Dark tone,
quiet room,
small table,
big city,
heavy bloom.
just another sip,
Before step outside,
just another.
thought I try to hide. Heavy oak drags against warm pine as I pull myself into this corner frame. The solid wood holds every pound of the stress I brought in from the rain. I am looking at the steam from this black brew, thinking about the days you could not eat. 19, sleeping in the backseat, panicking about the next week's rent fee. I wish I could send a postcard down the timeline, tell you that we made it past the deadline. You used to think the world was crashing down every time a door closed in your face. Now I sit in this quiet shop at 7, breathing slow in a better place. You were running on an empty tank, praying for a sign at the register, counting nickels just to pay for cheap coffee, scared of what the future held for ya. If you could see the view from where I'm sitting now, you would put the heavy armor down. Dear kid, you survived the winter in your head. Every tear you hid behind the steering wheel, every word left unsaid. The table is sturdy, the coffee is warm. We built a shelter right through the storm. So stop holding your breath, stop wearing that dread. You made it to the daylight instead.
Remember how you hated when the room went still? Thought the silence meant you fell the hill. You chased every dollar like it had wings, neglecting all the simple human things. And watching the barista wet the polished bar, taking my time with a Singapore. You do not have to hustle every second now, nobody is keeping score.
I know you felt invisible in crowded rooms, hiding all the bruises and the mental wounds. I forgave you for the choices made in fear, just wanted you to hear it clear. You were running on an empty tank, praying for a sign at the register, counting nickels just to pay for cheap coffee, scared of what the future held for ya. If you could see the view from where I'm sitting now, you would put the heavy armor down. Dear kid, you survived the winter in your head. Every tear you hid behind the steering wheel, every word left unsaid. The table is dirty, the coffee is warm. We built a shelter right through the storm. So stop holding your breath, stop hearing that dread. You made it to the daylight instead. I drop a line on this napkin paper, sending love to my youngest savior. Because without your hunger, without your pain, I would not be sitting dry in the rain. You paid the cost so I could take this seat, resting my tired feet. Solid wood beneath my frame, I forgive you for the doubt and shame. The cup is full, the air is clean. Rest easy now, my young 19. Apricot light cuts through foggy window glass, staining the lemonade table, a bruised shade of gold. You ask if the outlet beside my jacket works. I pull back my sleeve, tell you it's free to hold.
Your notebook is open, scribbled in ballpoint blue. I stare at my drip coffee, waiting for heat. You say this neighborhood changes too fast these days. I'm not watching steam settle down on the street.
Two coats hanging on the back of adjacent chairs. Nobody asked for the stories we ended up sharing. Just a quiet exchange over porcelain rims, a brief love in the way we were staring. We are trading secrets with somebody we don't know, setting down burdens while the espresso pours slow. You talk about leaving, I talk about staying put, in this small corner where the world is underfoot. Just two passing shadows, caught in the amber glow, learning how to speak before the city starts to go.
You tell me you missed your train on purpose today. Needed 30 whole minutes just to breathe in peace. I tell you my job is a circle that never ends. We laugh like old friends looking for a clean release.
You slide the oat milk container across the wood. I catch your eyes, seeing a reflection of my own rest. No names exchanged, no numbers written on receipts, just real honesty unburdened from the chest. Two coats hanging on the back of adjacent chairs. Nobody asked for the stories we ended up sharing. Just a quiet exchange over porcelain rims, a brief love in the way we were staring. We are trading secrets with somebody we don't know, setting down burdens while the espresso pours slow. You talk about leaving, I talk about staying put, in this small corner where the world is underfoot. Just two passing shadows, caught in the amber glow, learning how to speak before the city starts to go.
The barista wipes down the zinc counter 2 feet away. Plates clatter loud as the early commuters pack in. Our time is expiring, the quiet room fills with noise.
You close up your journal, I pack my pen, a nod of respect for the truth that we gave away. No promises made for another day. Apricot light turns to a dull shade of gray. You grab your coat and step out into the rush. Thanks for the conversation on a heavy day. The doorbell chimes, returning us to silence and hush. You told me yesterday I missed the frame. Now I am sitting watching water hit the drain. Condensation dripping down a glass of cold brew. barista with the septum piercing tying up her shoe. A guy in navy flannel reading page 43. A yellow sticky note stuck underneath table 3. The register clicks every 15 seconds flat. A woman by the window talking soft to her cat. I used to rush right through that door. Never noticed how the shadow splits across the floor. Your critique is looping in my headphone wire, setting all these tiny scenes on fire. Now I am taking inventory line by line, watching sugar drop into the black design. The chips ceramic on the handle of my cup, the way the owner pulls the metal shutter up. I am catching everything I used to pass, your voice still lingering behind the glass. An old man folds his paper right along the crease. A couple trades, a blueberry muffin in peace. The grinder hums a low harmonic resonant key. A girl adjusts her coat and looks right through me. White and marble counter showing water rings. It is funny how the mind collects the smallest things. You said I never pay attention to the space, so I am memorizing every corner of this place. The milk pitcher steams with the sharp high sound. A silver dime rolls till it hits the tile ground. Somebody left a golden retriever tied outside. I count the ripples where the brown liquids divide. You said I live inside my own head all the time. Maybe you were right, but now the view is mine. Now I am taking inventory line by line, watching sugar drop into the black design. The chips ceramic on the handle of my cup, the way the owner pulls the metal shutter up. I am catching everything I used to pass, your voice still lingering behind the glass. A paper receipt flutters near the floor. Brass chime rings once as someone hits the door. I see it all now, every little detail, just like you said I would.
Rough waffle knit sleeves rub against my wrist as I lean on this marble top counter. The weave is frayed where your fingers used to twist. Back when our silences felt much softer, I ordered the black drip, sit in the rear, watching the street outside start to blur. One touch of this wool and the years disappear, and I'm suddenly standing right next to her.
It's funny how a thread can pull a ghost right through the door, holding up a mirror to the things I ignored. The milk swirls slow in a paper cup. I'm sitting here alone while the city wakes up.
I'm caught in the weave of a winter we left behind, tracing every loose end running through my mind.
In this 8 a.m. corner with a bittersweet view, every frayed line of fabric still leads back to you. The coffee stays dark while the recollection burns, just a habit on a morning that never returns.
Remember that oversized cardigan you used to wear, tucked in the corner of that small downstairs spot? You pulled the cuff down over your knuckles in the chill air, blowing on espresso till it wasn't too hot. You said good things take time to unravel and mend. I thought you meant us, not the start of the end. Now I sit in this booth feeling 3 years back, watching shadows stretch across the wooden floor crack.
It's funny how a thread can pull a ghost right through the door, holding up a mirror to the things I ignored. The milk swirls slow in a paper cup. I'm sitting here alone while the city wakes up. I'm caught in the weave of a winter we left behind, tracing every loose end running through my mind. In this 8 a.m. corner with a bittersweet view, every frayed line of fabric still leads back to you. The coffee stays dark while the recollection burns, just a habit on a morning that never returns. I pull at the hem just to feel something real, trading sugar in a mug while I'm trapped in the threads of a memory we pulled. Coarse cotton fabric against my cold skin. The bell on the door lets another stranger in. I finish my cup, unroll my sleeve, leaving the memory right where I breathe.
6:45 flickers on the dashboard display. Rain tapping soft on the glass down the avenue. I pull up early to the corner cafe, tracing out a scene that I'm waiting to view. 5 years from now when the noise settles down, no more late shifts on the edge of the town. I see us walking through that heavy wooden door, not worried about the balance on the card anymore. Fast forward to a quiet Tuesday morning, you in that oversized sweater you love. No frantic alarms giving off a warning, just steam rising up to the rafters above. Someday we won't be rushing through the door. We'll sit right here and leave our phones upon the floor. A future quiet moment with the world outside. 2 wedding bands, 2 coffees, nowhere left to hide. I see us clear, no worry in your eyes. Underneath the soft city skies, maybe a stroll apart right by the bench, or just a golden retriever on a leather leash. We made it through the struggle in the daily trench. Finally found a little piece of inner peace. You're complaining about your hair, I'm laughing at the mess. You're talking about your job with a lot less stress, paying off the mortgage on a place of our own, sitting in the cozy like completely at home. Someday we won't be rushing through the door. We'll sit right here and leave our phones upon the floor. A future quiet moment with the world outside. 2 wedding bands, 2 coffees, nowhere left to hide. I see us clear, no worry in your eyes. Underneath the soft city skies, right now it's just me and a brown paper cup, counting on the windows till the world lights up. Paying for a cheap trip, holding on tight, knowing that the dream in my chest is right. We're gonna get there step by step, keeping every single promise that I kept. 6:45, just a vision in my head, holding on to every word we ever said. See you in the future at a table in the back. Everything we wanted, right on track, yeah, right on track. See you right there. This band paper clip on the lemonade holds nothing together now. Just a twist of wire left behind by somebody who had a plan. I stare at it while my dark brew cools down, thinking about the lease signed in September and how I ran. Rent went up $80, my spirit stayed the same. Trading my 20-something energy for a corporate title with no name. Barista pulls a double shot, steam hits the tin. I breathe a heavy bean air, letting the silence settle in. My phone screen stays face down on the grain. No missed calls, no ghosts from last night's rain. Just 30 minutes before my shift begins, a quiet inventory of my losses and my wins. When the espresso grinder stops, I hear my mind talk clearer than the early traffic crawling up the block. Nobody expects a single thing from me right here. Just a soul in a corner booth, washing out the year. Tasting bitter notes, feeling time expand, holding my own future in a cold, trembling hand. Yeah, Look at my sneakers, worn down at the heel. Remember when we thought 30 was a fake deal? Now we're sitting on the doorstep like a utility bill, demanding full payment while I'm sitting stock still. Used to rap in basement apartments at 3 in the morning. Now I read investment articles without any warning. The paperclip was probably keeping 2 pay stubs aligned, or a notice from a bank someone tried not to mind. We are all just hiding small panics under paper napkins, waiting for the caffeine to kickstart what happened. Screen stays face down on the grave. No missed calls, no posts from last night's rain. Just 30 minutes before my shift begins. A quiet inventory of my losses and my wins. When the espresso grinder stops, I hear my mind talk clearer than the early traffic crawling up the block. Nobody expects a single thing from me right here. Just a soul in a corner booth, washing out the year. Tasting bitter notes, feeling time expand. Holding my own future in a cold, trembling hand. Maybe I do not need a 10-year plan mapped out today. Maybe surviving 27 means I found a way. I touched the cold wire, bend it straight again. A simple line of metal where a curve had been. If a piece of cheap brass can unbend and stay whole, there is still some room left for this young man's soul. Steam subsides, the grinder starts up again. I flip my phone over, take the last sip, walk out into the street. Yeah, the rubber tires splash through a quiet puddle just outside the window where the street lights dim. I watch you push the glass door open slow, carrying the weight of where you've been. You hang your heavy coat on the back of the chair, and I start the black coffee straight to your side. No need to explain why you couldn't sleep. I can see the storm behind your eyes. Turn your screen face down on the table now. Let the world keep rushing past the glass. We spend our 20s running out of breath, hoping every hard year was the last. You don't have to figure it all out today. Just sip slow while the corner shop turns on. I know the city's got a grip on your chest, but you got a brother standing in your corner, solid and strong. We can sit in the quiet till your mind clears up, right here where the beat feels easy and known. The espresso machine hums a steady low pace while you stir the dark roast round and round. You talk about the job, how it takes everything, how you're tired of living in a rental town. I hear you, man, I'm in the exact same fight, trying to keep the soul intact inside the suit. We built high dreams on cheap apartment floors, now we're searching for some solid ground and rules. Screen face down on the table now. Let the world keep pushing past the glass. We spend our 20s running out of breath, hoping every hard year was the last. You don't have to figure it all out today. Just sip slow while the corner shop turns on. I know the city's got a grip on your chest, but you got a brother standing in your corner, solid and strong. We can sit in the quiet till your mind clears up, right here where the beat feels easy and long. Remember back when 7 in the morning meant we were walking home from a house party downtown. Now we're meeting up before the rush hour starts, looking for a peaceful place to lay it down. You're doing better than you give yourself credit for. Look me in the eye, you ain't falling behind. We just needed 2 cups and a minute to think, to catch our spirit and realize. Drink up and the rain is stopping outside. Take your time, I ain't going anywhere. Just you and me, early on the block, we got this.
cinnamon spice and dark espresso drift along the floor. Carried on a chilly draft whenever someone clears the door. He sits inside the corner booth with headphones around his neck, cracked glass on his laptop screen, waiting on a late paycheck. 28 and tired, holding on the dreams he used to chase, watching heavy rain water run down the window's face. His thumbs move slow across the keyboard, searching for a phrase, lost inside the early quiet of these city days. Steam curling up from the ceramic rim. The whole world outside is far too fast for him. He takes a breath and lets his shoulders drop. Wishing that the second hand would stop. She leaves a mug unfinished by the window frame. He never gets the courage just to ask her name. They share this tiny corner while the neighborhood wakes up, finding comfort in the bottom of an oversized cup. Two shadows in the quiet before the traffic roars, finding peace behind these wooden doors. Steps in at 7:30 wearing oversized weight, smelling like lavender soap and rain that hasn't played. Drops a leather bag onto the bench across the aisle, gives the overworked barista just a polite smile. He pretends to read his notes, but tracks at every move. How his silver rings click rhythmic to the coffee house groove. No words ever pass between them, just a silent pact. Two strangers keeping balance in a delicate act. Steam curling up from a ceramic rim. The whole world outside is far too fast for him. He takes a breath and lets his shoulders drop. Wishing that the second hand would stop. She leaves a mug unfinished by the window frame. He never gets the courage just to ask her name. They share this tiny corner while the neighborhood wakes up, finding comfort in the bottom of an oversized cup. Two shadows in the quiet before the traffic roars, finding peace behind these wooden doors. The grinder hums a heavy beat against the tiled wall. Streetcars start to rattle down the Grand Commercial Mall. She pulls her coat around her chest and stands up to depart, leaving half a latte and a quiet imprint on his heart. He watches through the glass until a yellow scarf is gone, then closes up his laptop as the day moves on. The scent of toasted chicory remains inside the room. He packs his canvas backpack in the soft blue gloom. Another morning written down in lines he'll never speak. A quiet start to another heavy week. A sudden question pierces the stillness before the grinder hums. The barista wiping stainless steel pauses with a dry rag in hand. Dust motes hang motionless in the ember spotlight near the door. Your voice from last summer echoes off the tile back wall. I pull my coat collar up against the draft from the street. The bass in my headphones plays low, a subtle kick drum pulse. Steam rises like a curtain drawn on yesterday. A solitary customer taps a silver card against the glass. Every small movement caught in high definition focus, floating in this pocket between the quiet and the city beat. Watch the milk dissolve in the dark, roasted beans. The street outside moves in a muted widescreen scene. Warm spreads slowly through the ceramic in my palm. Just a quiet observer holding on to the calm in the corner table, where the window light fades, tracing patterns in the shadows that the wooden blinds made. Yeah, neat rows of glass jars hold cinnamon and raw brown sugar. A woman in a navy trench coat adjusts her silk scarf. She never looks up from her screen as the entrance bell chimes twice. The neon sign casts a faint pink glow on wet asphalt outside. I count 6 seconds between the dripping filter drops. A memory slips in sideways before the
right beside the register. The door swings open, letting cold air in. Another quiet hour in the city again. Just the rhythm of the pour, where the stories begin. Why does the phone always collapse before I figure out who I'm calling? The bell above the door rings 3 times. Somebody drops their keys, I don't look up. Rent was due 2 days ago. My checking account is sitting on $84, and I still ordered a $4 cold brew like I'm doing just fine. Guy in the corner booth is wearing the exact same shoes I threw away last summer. Scuffed up white soles, laces pulled way too tight. I wonder if his ankles hurt. I wonder if he misses someone too, or if he's just staring at a blank document, pretending to work. Why Wi-Fi password written on a torn napkin. Numbers don't work, but my fingers keep typing them in anyway, looping the same four thoughts in my head, turning to beating. My headphones down just enough to hear the ambient noise. Nothing stays hot for long in this town. You swallow the bitter parts down while you can't sit by the glass window with a heavy head, counting every stranger walking past my hand. Thought I was moving forward, but I'm just sitting here watching the ice turn to water in a plastic cup. Yeah. The barista wipe a stainless steel counter twice. Same spot, left to right. She got 3 silver rings on her left thumb. Looks 19, maybe 20. I used to have that much open time ahead of me. I used to think being 30 meant you had an apartment full of healthy plans. Now I got 2 dead succulent on a dusty ceiling, 32 unread emails. Somebody's talking loudly about interest rates in the booth behind my shoulder. Voice way too bright for 8:15 on a Tuesday. I shift my weight in this wooden chair, pocket full of crumpled paper, wondering. My mother checked the voicemail from 2 nights ago. I should text her back, I should pay the city parking ticket. I should probably stop staring at the woman in the trench coat, waiting on oat milk. Why Wi-Fi password written on a torn napkin. Numbers don't work, but my fingers keep typing them in anyway, looping the same four thoughts in my head, turning the beat in. My headphones down just enough to hear the ambient noise. Nothing stays hot for long in this town. You swallow the bitter bars down while you can't sitting by the glass window with a heavy head, counting every stranger walking past my hand. Thought I was moving forward, but I'm just sitting here watching the ice turn to water in a plastic cup. It's rhythmic if you pay attention. The bean grinder starts, the steam wine hisses, the cash drawer clicks open, a kid drops a copper coin and it rolls across the floor to my sneaker. I pick it up, pass it back, he takes it without saying a word. That's fair enough, nobody owes anybody anything at this hour. We just need a room with a roof before the city gets too loud. Ice is completely melted now, tastes like tap water and old roasted dark beans. Condensation running down the side, leaving a wet ring in the laminate. Where was I supposed to be by 9 o'clock? Right, nowhere important, just here.
The heavy vinyl seat gives way beneath my coat. Anchoring 30 years of noise into this corner booth. I watch the barista wipe the zinc countertop clean while the drip machine hums low like a quiet truce. I pulled out a yellow pad, unscrewed the brass cap, and thought about the kid who used to sleep in his clothes. You were 19, running on panicking cold pizza slices, scared that every open door was bound to close. You thought the world was an engine built to grind you down, bleeding through midnight shifts just to pay the rent. You held your breath so long you forgot how to breathe, counting every copper penny that you ever spent. If I could send a letter back through the condensation, I'd tell you put your pen down and clear your mind. We made it to the peaceful side of 29, sitting in the silence that you couldn't find. Drink your coffee slow, let the panic leave your chest. You don't gotta carry everything alone. The storm you're fighting through is gonna break
call our own. Yeah. Look at us now, no landlord knocking at the door, no overdue notices stacked on the kitchen floor. Remember how you cried in the stairwell of that studio, thinking you were broken cause you couldn't score. I'm sitting on this heavy chair, feeling every pound of the grace it took to get my feet back on the ground. The espresso grinder buzzes steam hits the glass. Every single ghost you ran from finally let you pass. I know you hated waking up, scared of what the day would bring, wearing that fake leather jacket like a shield of iron armor. You didn't have to fight every shadow in the dark, you didn't have to be a martyr. So drop your shoulders down, kid, take a deeper breath. The fire didn't burn us, it just burned away the fear. Send a letter back through the condensation. I tell you, put your pen down and clear your mind. We made it to the peaceful side of 29, sitting in the silence that you couldn't find. Drink your coffee slow, let the panic leave your chest. You don't gotta carry everything alone. The storm you're fighting through is gonna break right here, and we built a life we get to call our own. The chair holds my weight, stable and solid, no more running through the night. I fold the paper up and leave it on the wood. You did good, kid, you did good. Honey, amber spills across the towel, washing over spills, cinnamon and cold porcelain. I count the scratches on this high top chair, trying to let the quiet bass line clear my head. You slide into the seat across from mine, set down a dark roast with no lid, and look at me like you already know the exact kind of week I am running from. You tap your knuckles on the laminate wood, ask me if the Wi-Fi is down again today. I tell you I stopped checking an hour ago, and you laugh soft and low, saying honest answers are hard to find before 8. Can I sit here until the traffic clears? We do not have to give each other real names, just two heavy hearts in a quiet corner, swapping light words to kill the weight. By 9 o'clock we go back to our lives, but right now the silence doesn't hurt as much. Yeah. You tell me you almost quit your job last night, packed a bag, caught a ride towards the coast. I tell you I spend my rent on old vinyl, trying to make my apartment feel like home. We trade these secrets like spare change, no judgment resting in your bloodshot eyes. Just two young adults paying $5 to feel less alone in the early light. Can I sit here until the traffic clears? We do not have to give each other real names, just two heavy hearts in a quiet corner, swapping light words to kill the weight. By 9 o'clock we go back to our lives, but right now the silence doesn't hurt as much. The milk steamer screeches near the register, breaking the spell we built out of cheap napkins. You check your wrist, I adjust my coat. Reality outside starts creeping back in. Thanks for listening, you say with a nod. I needed someone who didn't know my past. Honey, amber face to pale gray. You stand up, leave your paper cup behind. Take care out there, stranger. I hope you find that coast someday. You call my silence a defense mechanism yesterday afternoon. Now I sit by the window taking inventory of the room. Barista's left thumb wrapped in blue masking tape, golden retriever waiting patient by the iron bike grate. A greasy thumbprint on the glass shaped like a half moon, an old guy in corduroy always stirring tea with a tin spoon. Receive paper fluttering under the draft from the vent. Trying to remember every single dollar that I spent. I keep listing every detail just to stay in the present tense. Putting every little thing I see up against my fence. Your words are echoing softly while the grinder hums loud. Finding comfort in the quiet edge of this small crowd. Oatmeal floating on top of the dark roast strip. A chip green mug held tight by a fingertips grip. 3 brass keys sitting flat on a scratched teakwood tray. Counting off the little things to get me through the day. Water droplet resting on the laminated edge. Tiny plastic succulent on the narrow windowsill ledge. Scuff mark on a leather shoe by the sugar stand. Girl in the corner drawing spirals on the left hand. Clock on the brick wall running 40 seconds behind. Trying to keep your critique from ticking over my mind. Steam rising straight then splitting into 3 thin lines. Delivery guy outside deciphering the parking signs. 2 cents sitting in the tip jar made of clear glass. Watching every single shadow on the sidewalk pass. Yeah, you said I missed the big picture by looking down too close. Maybe that is why I pay attention to what hurts the most. The way the pastry case catches the reflection of the street. The subtle rhythm of the footsteps and the steady beat. If I write down everything I see inside this space, maybe I can fix the look you left up on my face. A damn paper napkin folded neat and four. Another stranger walking through the double glass door. Your voice from yesterday slowly drifting clear. Just another quiet list I am making right here. Coarse woven linen scrapes my wrist as I sit here alone. The corner booth still smells like roasted beans in sweet cologne. I pull the frayed edge of my sleeve, feeling every thread. And suddenly 3 winners back come rushing to my head. You wore that oversized wool jacket, button to the chin, laughing at the freezing drizzle blow. When off your skin, we ordered 2 drip coffees just to hold something that burned. Before we knew how fast a quiet promise could get turned. The milk steamer hiss takes me right back to the start. I press my palm against the wood and feel a heavy heart. The vapor hits the window glass, erasing where you sat. And I am left here wondering how we got lost in that. Now I'm rewinding every detail on this worn out seat. The way your coat felt brushed against my shoulder in the heat. A single memory flashes while the counter calls a name. Different year, different crowd, but the silence feels the same. I watch the condensation drip, I watch the flashback play. Stuck with the shadow of a love that slipped away. I touch the scratchy cushion fabric where you used to lean. You play with paper, sugar wrappers, rehearsing every scene. Said you were tired of the routine, tired of the town, while I just swallow bitter roast and watch the rain come down. Your thumb was pressed into my palm, rubbing on my skin, a tactile warning of the storm. We both were standing in out every time the door chime rings. I brace to see your face, but it is just another customer occupying space. Rewind to the final week before you packed and flew out west. Sitting in this exact spot, your head up on my chest. The rough weave of your sweater was the only thing I held before the quiet broke us down and everything derailed. I am feeling every fiber down. The picture stays so clear. You are living in a different city, but you are still right here. Now I'm rewinding every detail on this worn out seat. The way your coat felt brushed against my shoulder in the heat. A single memory flashes while the counter calls a name. Different year, different crowd, but the silence feels the same. I watch the condensation drip, I watch the flashback play. Stuck with the shadow of a love that slipped away. Coarse woven linen under my fingers while the steam fades low. I pay the bill, I leave the tip, preparing now to go. Just a flashback in a quiet shop, a ghost upon the chair, and the texture of a memory hanging in
9:41 blinks digital and blue. I close my eyes and fast forward to you. We are 10 years older, settled in our skin. Standing at the counter as the morning shifts in. You are wearing that oversized trench coat you love. Light rain falling on the on and above. We order 2 cold brews with oat milk on the side. No heavy secrets left that we still need to hide. I see the steam rising right between our hands. No rushing out to satisfy the world's demands. Just small talk about the house we finally bought. And all the heavy battles that we never fought. In that future corner booth where the sunlight lands, I will watch the silver band sitting on your hand. We won't talk about the days we barely made it through. Just simple quiet mornings that belong to me and you. Pour sweet syrup on a shared paper plate. Living in a promise that was worth the wait. I can see the gray hairs creeping through my fade. Smiling at the simple little life we made. You are checking on your phone, looking at the time. Not because you are stressed, just keeping beat and rhyme. The barista knows our names before we even speak. We come here every Tuesday at the start of the week. I trace the small lines right around your eyes. No more chasing shadows under midnight skies. Right now the rent is late, the room is cold and dark. I'm trying to make a living off a single spark, but I build a sanctuary in my head each night, where we sit together in the early light. No unpaid bills hanging over our head, just fresh roasted beans and warm sourdough bread. 9:41 blinks on the screen again. I am holding on to where we are going, not where we have been. Just you and me sitting in that future place. A quiet morning rhythm that we both embrace. 2 cups of coffee on a table made of pine. I know we gonna get there in due time. A green plastic stir says bent in half on my coaster. I keep snapping the neck, playing with tension I can't control. Steam keeps fogging the edges of my phone screen. Nobody called, but I keep checking the battery like it matters. The bass in my headphones is barely a whisper right now. Just a low sub-frequency thumping against my jawbone. I used to talk so much when I had nothing to prove. Now I sit in this corner table counting my own slow breaths. Milk swirling around the dark roast, making little galaxy patterns. I spent 3 years running from things I should have said out loud. Now the air smells like roasted beans and rainy street pavement. And I am just sitting here trying to get my story straight. Trace the rings left by the condensation on the wood. I don't need a savior, I just need a minute to breathe. Filter out the noise coming from the speaker overhead. Let the bitter taste settle right behind my teeth. The decision led me to the single quiet stool. I am making peace with all the bridges that I burned. The barista nods at me, she knows I always stay an hour. Never order anything fancy, just dark roast with a splash of oat. My jacket smells like late nights and old gasoline. I wrote 3 lines on a paper napkin and crossed them out. Why do I overcomplicate every simple step I take? I used to think being misunderstood was a quiet flex. Now I realize I was just hiding because I was terrified of being seen. The ice in the cup next to me melts into a pale gray puddle. Milk swirling around the dark roast, making little galaxy patterns. I spent 3 years running from things I should have said out loud. Now the air smells like roasted beans and rainy street pavement. And I am just sitting here trying to get my story straight. Trace the rings left by the condensation on the wood. I don't need a savior, I just need a minute to breathe. Filter out the noise coming from the speaker overhead. Let the bitter taste settle right behind my teeth. Every
the bridges that I burn. Check my reflection in the dark glass of the cold brew tap. Still the same eyes, just less heavy than they were last June. I don't know anyone in apology for growing slow. I don't know anyone in speech about how I made it through the door. Clicks open and a gust of cool air hits my ankles. I just stir my cup again and let the feeling pass. The green stir breaks into between my fingers. Clean stand, no noise. I leave the pieces on a coaster. Pick up my cup, take the last cold sip. Walk out the door, 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 door.
Yeah. A trash truck, hydraulic arm winds across the alley. You sit across from me staring down and your phone display dark circles under your eyes like you fought the moon and lost. I slid the drip coffee over, didn't ask what it cost. You keep tapping that silver ring against your knuckles. Your breath comes in heavy, sharp little buckles. Your chest heaves every time a city bus rolls by. I know that look on your face, man. Don't try to lie. We've been running these blocks since we were 21. Now we're paying for mistakes before the rising of the sun. You don't gotta hold it in while the barista grinds the beans. Tell me what happened back there behind the scenes. Unpack it before the ice melts in your glass. We got 20 whole minutes before the morning commuters pass. You're my brother, you're my family. I'm right here in the booth. Stop dodging the shadow and give me the honest truth. Unpack it before the ice melts in your glass. Yeah, you took a slow sip, finally looked me in the eye. Said you haven't slept 3 hours since late July. Went sky high, the job is that you pack the keys. You feel like a giant falling down to his knees. I get it, I was in that exact same dark space last spring, feeling like every single call was a trap bell ringing. So take another breath, let the dark roast settle down. We built something real out of this burnt out town. Unpack it before the ice melts in your glass. We got 20 whole minutes before the morning commuters pass. You're my brother, you're my family. I'm right here in the booth. Stop dodging the shadow and give me the honest truth. Unpack it before the ice melts in your glass. The city outside is rushing into another race. Suits on the sidewalk pushing through time and space. But right here in this corner we freeze the ticking clock. Whatever broke your heart, let it fall onto the block. Let it drop right now. The condensation runs down the plastic cup. Drink up, my friend, we're gonna build it back up before the traffic starts to roar. Leave that heavy weight at the door. Crushed cardamom, pods and dark cacao hang heavy in the warm interior space. He sits beside the dripping drip tray now, a worn canvas jacket framing his face. She walks in slow with rainy shoes that squeak. Orders a pour over without a sound. Two strangers with a whole week left to speak. Watching the barista turn around. He checks his watch, she pulls her hair back tight. Both hiding secrets in the early light. No words are traded across the hardwood floor. Just quiet rhythm by the entrance door. They are parallel lines in a morning cafe, holding hot paper cups while the world turns gray. Stealing quick glances through the swirling steam. Living two lives inside a half-lit dream. He turns his page, she takes a small first sip. A quiet story on a stranger's lip. Her screen lights up with messages unread. She flips it face down on the zinc
countertop. He taps his sneaker to the beat in his head, wishing the clock on the wall would stop. The steam wine hits the sharp metallic note, buttoning the top button of a coat. He writes a sentence in the leather book, never quite catching a second look. They are parallel lines in a morning cafe, holding hot paper cups while the world turns gray, stealing quick glances through the swirling steam, living two lives inside a half-lit dream. He turns his page, she takes a small first sip, a quiet story on a stranger's lip. The bell above the door gives off a chime, another commuter steps up in time. For 3 brief minutes in this fragrant air, neither one is going anywhere. They share a silence that is strangely sweet, before they step back on the separate streets. She picks up her bag and she walks away. He closes his journal to end the stay. The scent of sweet spice lingers in her space, quiet memory in a crowded place. An uninvited recollection cuts the quiet before the grinder spins. Fluorescent tubes flicker over stainless steel as silver pins. The glass reflects a silhouette resting on a leather stool outside the city. Breathes slow, frozen in an autumn pool. Dust motes hang suspended in the beam of amber light. A silver spoon hits ceramic, echoing sharp and bright. Zooming in on the table, condensation running down the glass. Every frame stuck in slow motion, watching morning pass. You sit across a memory, blurring through the window pane. A cinematic picture painted in dark roasting rain. Hold the frame right on this corner booth, trying to capture every quiet truth. The bass line hums low behind the register door. Your shadow stretches long across the polished floor. It is just a scene in motion, static in the key of blue. A 7 a.m. sequence capture without you. Pan left to the steam valve, hissing out a cloud of white. The barista writes a name in chalk under soft halogen light. 2 coats hang on the rack, but only one belongs to me. The camera pulls back slow to capture what I used to be. Laminate counter catches neon from the sign outside. In the shop there is nowhere left for lingering regret to hide. The frame right on this corner booth, trying to capture every quiet truth. The bass line hums low behind the register door. Your shadow stretches long across the polished floor. It is just a scene in motion, static in the key of blue. A 7 a.m. sequence capture without you. Cut to the close-up, liquid swirling in a ceramic rim. The colors fade to gray as the street lamps start to dim. No dialogue necessary, just atmospheric sound. The quietest scene in town when lost things are found. Fade out on the brass handle by the exit door. Light shifting slowly across the wooden floor. End scene, just a quiet coffee house and widescreen blue. How many regrets can fit inside a paper cup before the bottom gives out? I'm staring at a single drop, sliding down the chrome of this espresso machine, thinking about how rent is due in 5 days and my battery is sitting on 3%. The barista's wearing Venus green sneakers, tied with a double knot that looks like a little bow. And I wonder if someone tied them for him, or if he's just precise with everything he touches. My brain keeps jumping tracks, from my credit bill to the heavy smell of roasted beans, to the text message I drafted 3 nights ago that I'm never gonna send, because pride is a heavy coat to carry around in early spring. Static in my headphones, no music playing, just noise cancellation working overtime. People walking past the window carrying leather bags full of opinions I didn't ask for. I paid $4.50 for a seat near the outlet and a moment to hear myself breathe. Mind spinning like a record with a scratch on the 3rd track, trying to make sense of the noise before the city takes it back. Just a quiet corner table with the heat coming off the rim, wondering where the story ends and where I actually begin. It's 7:32 and I'm still trying to pay my dues to myself. Did I lock the front door, or did I just imagine turning the brass key in the tumbler? There's an older woman 2 tables over, writing in a red notebook with the fountain pen, and I envy the confidence it takes to write without a backspace key. I'm tapping my sneaker to the rhythm of the bean grinder, 5 seconds grinding, 8 seconds silence, calculating how many miles I walked in these souls, just running away from necessary conversations. My mother told me I overcomplicate the simple things, but simple things are usually traps disguised as routine. Condensation dripping down the glass table, making a tiny map of places I'll probably never visit. Mind spinning like a record with a scratch on the 3rd track, trying to make sense of the noise before the city takes it back. Just a quiet corner table with the heat coming off the rim, wondering where the story ends and where I actually begin. It's 7:32 and I'm still trying to pay my dues to myself. Is anybody actually listening when they ask how you're doing at the register? Or are we all just reading off the same script to keep from looking each other in the eye? I take a sip too fast and it burns my tongue, a sharp reminder that I'm present right now. No past to fix, no future to borrow, just warm bitterness settling in my chest. $4.50 for a seat near the wall. The bell above the entrance rings twice. Someone else steps in from the street. Another unanswered question floats up into the rafters. I zip my jacket, pack my notebook, and leave it right there. Solid cast iron legs, accept my weight with a heavy groan. The solid oak chair grounds me in this quiet cafe zone. 7:15, the grinder hums a low steady bass. I pull out a pen in this warm slow pace place, looking at the wood grain underneath my hands, right into a younger version trying to make plans. You were 18, sleeping on a folded winter coat, wearing enough $20 kept the house afloat. Every morning was a rush to beat the city train, carrying a backpack filled with panic and pain. Look at the steam rising from this black drip cup. You used to drink cheap powder just to stay up, panicking about every dime you couldn't keep. I wish I could tell you that we finally get to sleep. No more running through the dark with your boots soaked through. I'm sitting in the quiet doing this for you. Dear 18, you don't have to carry the entire block. Stop checking every second on that broken kitchen clock. We made it to the corner where the air smells like sweet cream. It took a decade of dust to touch this simple dream. So breathe easy now, drop your shoulders to the floor. Kid from the basement isn't hiding anymore. The barista slides across a warm glazed road. I remember when a dollar made you lose control. You thought every unpaid bill was the end of your life, trading all your youth for an edge on a knife. Now I sit by the window watching rain touch the glass, watching younger kids hustling on the way to class. They got the same nervous twitch in the fingers that you had, trying to act tough while everything feels bad. But I am living proof that the storm runs out of sky. You paid all inches so I can stand high. The heavy wooden backrest supports my spine today. You spent years leaning forward, fighting for a way. I'm folding up this napkin, putting it inside my coat. A physical reminder of the promise that you wrote. You didn't break, young man, you just been in the wind. This is where the struggle stops and real life can begin. Dear 18, you don't have to carry the entire block. Stop checking every second on that broken kitchen clock. We made it to the corner where the air smells like sweet cream. It took a decade of dust to touch this simple dream. So breathe easy now. Drop your shoulders to the floor. The kid from the basement isn't hiding anymore. The steam slowly fades into the quiet room. I lean back, completely trusting in the timber's bloom. This heavy seat holds us now. You did your job, kid. I will take it from here. Rose gold radiance floods the corner booth, refracting through condensation on my glass. You pull back the metal chair without asking, setting down a sketchbook bound in heavy brass. You point at my notebook and ask if I write songs or if I just type out bad apologies all day. I laugh into my mug and tell you both are true. Not quite sure what else I ought to say. You say you hate the city when the rush starts up. Before the suit and tie crowd locks the street, there is a 20-minute pocket where we breathe, where two complete unknowns are allowed to meet. We talk about the debts we carry on our backs, the promises we broke when we turned 25, over lukewarm roasts and steam that fades away. We try to prove that we are still alive. Just two strangers sharing room before the shift, exchanging heavy truths to clear the air, then standing up to leave without a name, leaving nothing but the silence in the chair. You tell me you were meant to leave 3 years ago. Got stuck taking calls for a job you hate. I tell you that my degree is sitting in a box gathering dust while I calculate my fate. You slide your sugar packet across the laminate, the gesture that means you get the feeling too. The barista wipes the espresso head real slow while I listen close to everything from you. Talk about the debts we carry on our backs, the promises we broke when we turned 25, over lukewarm roasts and steam that fades away. We try to prove that we are still alive. Just two strangers sharing room before the shift, exchanging heavy truths to clear the air, then standing up to leave without a name, leaving nothing but the silence in the chair. The bell above the heavy glass door rings out loud. A crowd of coats comes flooding through the space. You slide your pencil back inside your sleeve, a sudden shift, emotion on your face. You say it was good talking to someone real before the world demands we play our parts. The light shifts from rose gold to brilliant white. You walk out to the bus stop on the block. I finish up the last sip in my cup, watching numbers turn upon the digital clock. Just a conversation with the passing ghost. Just two strangers making sense of what we love. You pay too much attention to details. You said yesterday evening, maybe you were right, because I'm sitting here reading every surface. The barista silver ring clicks against the heavy portafilter twice. A guy in a dark navy coat rotates his paper cup 90 degrees to the left. The neon mug in the window buzzes softly in a low steady tone. I watch a single drop of milk trace down the side of the metal pitcher. You called it an obsession with things that do not matter. I call it keeping my mind busy while your voice echoes in my head. The pastry case glass holds 3 drops of fog from the warmer inside. A girl on the high stool untangles her white headphone cord twice. I'm taking an inventory of the small quiet space. Spilled brown sugar sitting on the corner of the register counter. A delivery crate resting sideways by the emergency exit door. Every tiny sigh gives me somewhere else to look right now. Just a list of random details while the daylight slowly fills the floor. The wiper blade on the front window leaves a thin streak on the glass. Table 4 draws 3 concentric circles in the fine dust on the wood. The grinder drops another shot with a muted metallic crunch. A woman in a beige trench coat checks her gold watch 4 times in a minute. She folds her paper napkin into a sharp triangle before taking a sip. I mentally check off every motion like a silent habit. I'm taking an inventory of the small quiet space. Spilled brown sugar sitting on the corner of the register counter. A delivery crate resting sideways by the emergency exit door. Every tiny sigh gives me somewhere else to look right now. Just a list of random details while the daylight slowly fills the floor. Yeah. You said yesterday that I missed the main story while watching the margins. But margins are where the paper stays clean. When the rest is covered in ink, the cash drawer pops open with a sharp brass ping. A dog outside shakes off rainwater right beside the sidewalk menu. The blue cloth wipes the espresso machine clean once again. You said yesterday I noticed too much from my own good. Steam settles on the dark laminate top. I add one more observation to the list and let it rest. 7:33 ticks on the wall. I'm sitting solo with the warm oak brew, tracing steam while the city wakes up slow. I close my eyes and I leap ahead to you. We're 35 and the drama's all gone. No late night calls where we scream and bleed. Just morning light on the gray oak bench, and every single thing we used to need. I see you walking through that glass door late. Silver in your hair and peace inside your chest. No grudges left to settle at the gate. Just 2 old lovers getting needed rest. Someday you walking wearing gold. The rain outside won't feel so cold. We'll order smooth and talk real low. Forget the debts we used to owe. Just hot drip poured in a ceramic cup. Looking back at how we both grew up. Someday in the morning light, we get it right. I imagine how your laughter sounds back then. No edge, no defense, no sharp little tone. You slide into the booth across from me. No checking missed calls on a velvet phone. You'll tell me about the house you finally bought. I'll tell you about the tracks I got to release. The barista doesn't even know our names, but she serves us up a little piece of peace. I see you walking through that glass door late. Silver in your hair and peace inside your chest. No grudges left to settle at the gate. Just 2 old lovers getting needed rest. Someday you walking wearing gold. The rain outside won't feel so cold. We'll order smooth and talk real low. Forget the debts we used to owe. Just hot drip poured in a ceramic cup. Ooh, looking back at how we both grew up. Someday in the morning light, we get it right. We ain't there yet, we're still young and bruised, paying for mistakes that we keep on making. But sitting in this corner with my coffee cold, I see the future that we could be shaping. No tears in the latte, no bitter aftertaste. Just time well spent, not a single second wasted. 7:34 on the LED now. Back to reality, back to the crowd. I hold that picture close inside my mind until the future catches up in time. Someday you walk in, we get it right.